about a more serious topic because again, these NFL and NBA. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna just put it on two. I'm gonna say athletes across the board because there's a lot of news and with domestic violence happening. It happens in baseball. It happens in soccer. It seems like it's only talked about when an NFL or NBA player does it, based upon what background you come from, if it's gonna be highlighted or not. So recently, I think it was 2 days ago. I don't know when the actual incident happened. So first things first, I know we're gonna say this across the board. Condolences go out to the young lady. Make sure I got her name corrected because she was a former WNBA star, Kiersey. I can't say her last name, so I'm gonna say Kiersey G. I'm not good with last names. So I don't want to do that. So condolences go out to you, man. We hope you're all right. Nothing serious happened to her as far as like fatality. She's still alive, but it's still a messed up experience that she went through. We got to talk about NBA star Kevin Porter Jr. Seems like him and his girlfriend had an altercation happen where he ended up getting arrested for it. I'm not going to go into details again about what happened with her, but he did allegedly. They're going to say he allegedly assaulted his girlfriend, and it ended up in him getting arrested. So Joe sent the doghouse. That's why.
I saw.
Dave.
I know. I just got that alert too.
Yep. As soon as he said, I was gonna say thank you, Joe. But yeah. So Dave, take it away, man. Tell me your reactions on this.
All right. So my reaction is almost how I treat every serious situation until everything comes out. Um, I'm still on hold on my judgment of Kevin Porter Jr. until we actually see what happens. Obviously, this is a devastating situation when it comes to either one of them. For one, for her, it's even more serious because this involved her life. It could have possibly it could have possibly been ended because of the seriousness of exactly what the details was of what happened. From what I heard, she may have got some fractures, and that's some things that's not easy to deal with. Um, but for Kevin Porter Jr., this is obviously costing him his career. But if 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 everything is true, then I don't see how he still has a career in the NBA. We know some things have gotten serious, and some things need to change, especially when it comes to certain situations that are very serious. Especially domestic violence. Domestic violence is nothing to joke about. It's nothing to be um yeah, it's nothing to not take seriously. So this is something that has to be taken care of. Of course, we have to wait for all the court proceedings and see exactly how this goes. If he pleads guilty or not guilty, what's he found of, if he gets convicted and anything. So we're still waiting on these details, but there were some new details that came out from her party that said that they're refuting any of the allegations. So they're saying that nothing that did not happen. So
Hmm.
we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. I feel like it's crazy. I don't think he got arrested for nothing. So
No,
we'll
no.
see.
And if you seen the pictures, it looked like he wasn't. What pictures when he first got arrested? The ones him walking into the jailhouse. It looked like he was in an altercation. Again, I don't know what happened. We all really don't know what happened, but we also not gonna sit up here and do any type of victim blaming or any prosecution because again, we're not the court of law. But for me, it's more so when you're in these positions. And I know there's a thing that happens with everyone. We all have a moment where our temper and we could just black out, but you also got to think about it like this, man. Life is just like Twitter. Once you hit send, sometimes you can delete the tweet, but the actions in life are ripple effects. So whatever you do ripples down onto your others. So I was listening to a conversation a few days ago about karma, and people kept talking about, do you believe in karma or where does the karma come from? And most people say we fall from the sins of our fathers. So even if the karma don't affect you, it can affect your kids. And this situation right here, your NBA player, this situation affects your entire family. Now, because and it happens every day in households. Some households, the temper goes left, and then next thing you know, things can get physical, and we don't know about it. However, if you're an NBA player, you already know what time it is. Once the 911 call happens, regardless if you did it or if they did it to themselves, it's on you. So you have to find a way to control your temper in any scenario. And this goes for all men. I mean, again, like I said earlier, things can happen and you can black out. True. but you have to find a way to center yourself in those moments and not let somebody else control your anger. And that's one of the things that I had to work on myself. Not saying like the domestic side, just as far as letting someone else get me out of my character. Like, why do I allow you that type of power? And most people say, man, that's why you so monotone and just to yourself. I'm like, yeah, bro, because at the end of the day, I gotta control myself. Like, I know what I'm capable of, so I'm gonna control myself to help you out in those situations. So to Kevin Porter, you may not ever play in the NBA again. You already was walking a thin line as far as just your attitude in the NBA. And now this right here may have ruined your career forever. And it definitely ruined her life because this is a mark on her name too. Because when you search her name now, it's not gonna bring up WNBA, it's gonna bring up this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Yeah.
say this is one of those moments where I'm not supposed to do it. You're done, son, today. But Kevin Porter, you might be done, son.
Yeah, you might be. You might be. If everything comes out saying that all those things are true, then yeah, you done. And right now, the Rockets are actively doing their best to trade you. My only
Who
thing is, what NBA team is stupid enough to take on someone with this situation?
the
Yeah, there
it's
may
a
be
PR
someone.
nightmare. One, it's a PR nightmare. No matter what team you're on, you got to think about it. The NBA ain't like the NFL where you could tuck somebody away. Like he gonna be on the bench. We already got a
Mm-hmm,
problem with fans storming the court. We got an issue where we talk about fans throwing stuff at players. And
mm-hmm,
and in this situation, like I said, people have family members. That's the one thing
mm-hmm,
people don't always think about when they react to certain situations. Is like,
mm-hmm.
okay, of course you know my friends, but you forget I have a family too.
Yep. And her sister came out and said something as well. And I don't think that was smart to do, but that's something else as well. That's another thing that there's some things involved. So let's hope that this I'm not gonna say smooths over because you can't smooth something like this over, but let's hope this is it for whatever for that situation, and nothing else happens out of this, and whatever justice needs to be served gets served. So just waiting on seeing exactly how things get handled, and hoping that she's okay. My condolences to her and her family. And I just want justice to be served. Like I said, I'm still holding out on how I feel about the situation because I'm still waiting to see if he's actually convicted and guilty. So, but all I'm saying is I don't believe he got locked up for nothing.
We on the same page, but I have my manager's in the background, so she out here walking by. She's out of here now. Okay, so that right there, hey Kevin Porter. See, this is why we really supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it for the future, man. Make sure you
Mhm.
thinking about your kids when you react to these certain situations.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And again, if anybody, I don't have a phone number right now, but you know how on TV shows where they bring up it after a serious conversation. If you know anybody or you know about anybody that's going through a domestic situation, hey, go on your phone, Google the domestic violence hotline number. I wish I had it. I would have been more professional, but hey, right, last thing, for I just randomly thought about it.
Yep.
Now,
Make sure you give that call.
yeah, now with that being said, we got to announce some other shows that we have here on the network. You know, we just don't want to move. We don't want to breeze past that, but we gotta, you gotta move on some kind of way. So we're gonna treat it
Hmm.
like your Twitter timeline. We're gonna scroll. We're gonna bookmark that, and we're gonna scroll back over to some sports. All right, because we got some shows on the network. I don't have the graphics up with me. Shout out to my producer. He gonna kill me later, but I see you in the comments. So we got BWT. That's baseball with Teddy. Teddy was sadly at a Red Sox game earlier, so he might not do an episode this evening. But we'll see if for all your intermediate, rookie, or veteran knowledge as far as baseball, it all goes through BWT. That's baseball with Teddy. Also,
So good, so good.
knew you was gonna celebrate. I knew it. I knew it. Also, we got CTC. That's Carl Talking College. I'm gonna let Dave tell you a little bit about Carl Talking College. I watched a few episodes. Hey, the Terps is gonna take down MSU in week 4, but tell them more about CTC.
Hey, CTC is the place to be.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, And also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.